Okay, just to start things out, just real quick, I know I said I wouldn't make a Warlock video the last time I made a video, but I lied. As you can see, Warlocks are doing pretty damn good in Guardian games, much better than I thought they would. So why not just make a Warlock build in Celebration? Why not? Even though I am on the side of Hunters, and just letting you know, Warlocks, if Titans win one time, Hunters win it all. But we'll see what happens, we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet, so we're gonna get right into it. We're actually diving into an old build that I used, one of my actually most viewed videos, because it just dawned to me at the top of my head that everyone kept telling me to use the Nezarec Sin instead of the Controverse Hold. So I'm trying it out in this video, and let's just say they were not wrong. So first things first, the Nezarec Sin, what it does, it basically just gets us a ton of ability energy recharge rate with void damage kills. So because of that, we're gonna try to rock as much void damage as we possibly can to further enhance the capabilities of the Nezarec Sin. Now normally you would want to go bottom tree with the Nezarec Sin, but in this case I love top tree way too much, so top tree is what we're running. I love Slovo Bomb, I love the damage of it, and I love the overcharge grenade, so this is why we're using it. I would highly recommend probably going bottom tree if you need sustainability, just because it keeps you alive a lot easier, but 100% up to you. For our weapons, we are using the Telesto, the beautiful Telesto, and it just pairs super nicely with Nezarec Sin along with what we're doing in this build, just because it gets us a ton of void kills. Along with the Telesto, we are using the Tomorrow's Answer just because it's also void, along with our Falling Guillotine just because it's void. It depends on what activity we're doing. If we need overload champions to be dealt with, then we have our sword. We need a mix and match for our heavy along with our primary to deal with champions in activities such as Lost Sectors and Grandmaster Nightfalls or just Master Nightfalls. Moving on to stats. For stats, I would highly recommend speccing into Discipline or Recovery or Strength, mostly Discipline or Recovery. I for one have the tragic story of having a Nezarec Sin with terrible stats because I for some reason don't have a good one, so this is the result of that struggle. 100 Discipline, 60 Recovery, 50 Strength. Try to get Discipline and Recovery as high as you possibly can. Strength isn't really necessary because of heavy-handed, which I'll go over in just a little bit, but just know, Discipline, Recovery. Those are the two things you want to focus on. And finally, moving on to the mods. Like I said before, this build is very similar to my other Void Warlock video, the one that I did with Controverse Hold, so the mods are actually very similar as well. So the first two mods that I want to note is first Quick Charge, which helps us become charged with light from getting multiple kills with our fusion rifle and or shotgun, and we also have Heavy-Handed, which is while charged with light, regain half of your melee energy when you use a charged melee ability, consuming one stack of charged with light. Look at that bottom text real quick. While surrounded by multiple combatants, defeating a combatant with a fusion rifle, shotgun, sidearm, or submachine gun adds ammo for that weapon to your reserves. So that's just a little side perk, but that side perk is massive when using the Telesto, just because we always have ammo for it. So Heavy-Handed is going to be consuming our charge of light stacks, while Quick Charge is going to be getting us our charge of light stacks. And another thing that's going to be consuming charge of light stacks is Heal Thyself. Since we don't have Devour from bottom tree, this is what I'm using to compensate for that. And what this does is while charged with light, Grenade Final Blows heal you and consume one stack of charge with light. Even though we have two separate charge of light mods, Heal Thyself and Heavy-Handed, most of the time the two mods don't conflict with one another. We always have a charge of light mod for Heavy-Handed, so having Heal Thyself is not a worry at all. And our last two mods, the Elemental Well mods, are actually going to be in our gauntlets as well as our chest piece. Now in our gauntlets, I can't actually run it just because of the issues of not being able to run the Elemental Well mods in old gear, but it's extremely stupid, I know. But I am going to still note it for you because it's still two very good mods to run with this build. The first one is Font of Wisdom, which is picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type, grants you a temporary significant increase in your intellect, improving the recharge rate of your super. So that's what's going to be using the elemental wells. And what we're going to be using to actually consume the elemental wells is actually elemental ordnance. Defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type. So if you can, try to run elemental ordnance alongside Font of Wisdom. If you don't want to use either of the well mods, then I'd recommend just specking into Radiant Light or Powerful Friends, or even taking charge for that matter, just to get you some more charge of light stacks more efficiently, since you're using Heal Thyself alongside Heavy-Handed. But once again, completely up to you. Anyway, that's going to be the video. I hope it was as short as you thought it would be, considering how I said it was going to be short and sweet, but you know how I am. I'm a rambler. I'm sorry. And before I go, I just want to say thank you all once again for your support. I really appreciate it, even though I've been lagging in the videos. I've been slacking. I know. I'm very sorry, and I'll try to pick up the pace as time goes on. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope Hunters win Guardian games, but anyway, bye!